So once again, good morning everyone. So we are here today to practice what we have from our discussion. We have the verbal and the non-verbal communication. So for this activity, we are going to know how strong are your verbal communication through a debate with our proposition or our topic that cell phone can be our cell phone as an educational tool. So before we proceed, before we start, let us all stand to invoke the presence and guidance of our Lord through a prayer. Okay, so you will now take your seat. Okay, so before we start our debate, okay, let us have first our rules and regulations during the debate. First rule, I need everyone to be attentive and listen carefully, and do not make unnecessary noise. Next, if you want to show your support for either the positive or the negative side, please just clap your hands and do not shout. As simple as that. Understood? Okay. So, in every competition, for us to know the winner, we need to have our judges. So, for this debate, our first judge is our English department head and also a teacher 3 in English. We have Ma'am Perpetua L. Escanillas. Next, our second judge, teacher 2, also major in English, advisor of grade 9 section Yakal, we have Ma'am Carol Narciso. And our observer from the grade 7 curriculum, the department head of grade 7 and a science teacher, we have Ma'am Ivy Haro. A round of applause for our visitors. So, to start, we will have first our speaker from the positive side. Our first speaker and also the team captain of the positive side, we have Miss Ashley Kiambao. Next speaker, we have Miss Althea Lamintao. And for our third speaker, from the positive side, we have Miss Shelame Sumatra. For the negative side, first speaker and also the team captain, we have Miss Valerie Regalado. Second speaker, Miss Gertie Ann Marbel. And for our third speaker, we have Miss Jenny Anyago. Now, let's start our debate. So debaters, prepare and be ready for a rumble of words using verbal communication. Now we will have our first speaker from the positive side.
Cell phones at school, the debate of legitimacy. Cell phones as a participational tool. Cell phones can be a powerful participational tool in classroom. For instance, the website platform Poll Everywhere allows teachers to create poll questions. Students respond by texting the response to a number, and then live results can instantly be reviewed by the classroom. This way, a teacher can quickly determine the overall understanding of a topic and adjust their lesson plan accordingly. Cell phones as a resource in the classroom. Cell phones can serve as a tool for quick references in the classroom when it comes to double-checking spelling, word definitions, or even to look up alternative word choices. Apps like the Merriam-Webster's Dictionary apps and the Webster's Thesaurus apps are quick and easy to use resources. For students studying foreign languages, there are many useful foreign dictionary apps available for free, as well as apps such as the Conjugate Spanish Verbs app that can help students if they are unsure of right way to conjugate a certain verb. Cell phones as an organizational tool. Lastly, cell phones can help students stay organized and on top of tasks, homeworks, projects, and deadlines. For example, my homework app is a cross-platform app that students can access on any device that offers a convenient and initiative alternative to the traditional paper planner. Students will receive notification reminders of upcoming deadlines, and they can easily input new assignments and projects as they come up.
The disadvantages using cell phone as educational tools. Distraction. Those who oppose cell phones in the classroom cite that cell phones distract students from their studies. Today's cell phones not only offer the ubiquitous texting capability that students love, but also access to internet and video games. That is a problem when students have the phones available in the classroom. Dishonesty. The same technology that makes cell phones distracting also makes cheating much easier for students. They can take pictures of tests, questions, and answers, or even access notes and textbooks through their cell phones. Cell phones are so small these days, and students are so adept at using them so repetitiously that detecting their use is increasingly difficult. This respect, the issue of cyberbullying, sexting, and other forms of serious misconduct are increasingly common and easier to conceal with cell phone technology. Cell phones in the hands of problem students just make the problems harder to discern and harder to handle. Some argue that the teen ages common in the age group exacerbated with cell phone use. Everything from gossip to sexuality becomes a bigger issue when cell phones are involved.
In addition to the first speaker argumentation that cell phones can be used as educative tools. Regardless of the method, whether you do it through BYOD or bring your own device, iPad initiative, or any other method, make sure you get that mobile technology in the classroom. Here are 3 therapeutic benefits you will be missing out. First, preparing students for the future. First and foremost, your job as an educator is to prepare your students for the future. Well, in order to do so, you need to incorporate mobile technology in the classroom. Working with mobile devices will not only be part of their everyday lives as adults, but it will also be a vital part of many career paths. Knowing how to appropriately use mobile devices is an important aspect in an increasingly connected world. In order to properly prepare students for the future as they transition into the workforce, incorporating mobile technology in the classroom is key. Second, up-to-date learning. The old days of looking for information, encyclopedias are long gone. Having mobile devices in the classrooms allows students instant access to the latest news, information, statistics, and etc. Virtually, every question they have is at their fingertips, keeping them connected with what's going on around them, ensuring they are always well-informed in the most up-to-date information. Third, alternatives to textbooks. Many textbooks are not the most relevant sources of information. Today's generation has grown accustomed to instant, updated information. Textbooks can provide students with the latest information that mobile devices can. Also, having digital textbooks in their mobile devices keeps students more organized and gives them easy access to their areas.
Phones are distraction. Students need to get their act together in class and pay full attention to the teacher that is there. Wasting their time by using their phones distracts both the teachers and other students. These students are there for a reason, and allowing phones in school will take away from their education. There are distractions. I find it very hard to concentrate during class if I am constantly receiving text. I find school difficult as it is, let alone having another piece of technology to worry about. Don't get me wrong. I love my phone, but just not during school. I go to be educated, not to spend more time on Twitter or Facebook, because the cell phones can distract them from learning. They could be on many things like going on Facebook, MySpace, Twitter, and many other chat sites. The students can even be playing games or watching something on YouTube. Allowing the kids to use their cell phones in the schools can mess up their education. They won't be learning, instead they would be doing something besides learning. I believe that cell phones should not be in using during learning time because children would not fully concentrate on their work. Children can go on Facebook, and Facebook is not helpful for their learning. Children will be distracted by phones, ringing on flashes from other children, taking photos with their phones. Cell phones should not be allowing in school during learning time.
In addition to the second speaker information, cell phone can be used as educational tool. The convenience of cell phone just might be the final answer as to why they may soon be adopted in classrooms across the globe. Cell phones can help strengthen the essential connection between students with teachers, make students more self-directed, and they can make education more applicable to real life. The fact is, the most students already have the devices in their pockets, so integrating them into classroom is the next logical step. The new smartphones can be used as education tools for learning, just like laptops, notebooks, Chromebooks, and iPads that are already being allowed. There are many common sense reasons to use cell phone in the classroom. So, students can do Google searches on any subject. For instant messaging between teacher, student, and parents. For using the photo and video capabilities on school projects or to document for events. For sharing and integrating information in group projects. For making emergency contacts during natural disaster or medical emergencies. To access map and locating private roads. for school field. Using these tactics, it can help revolutionize the way cell phones are used in academia and simultaneously create a world where students are able to learn the responsible and differentiate between when it is inappropriate or appropriate way to use their phone, a skill that is required in our cell phone-centric world. Them to be a major disruption to the learning environment and should not be allowed anywhere except the lunchroom or if extra research for a project is needed. Now let's face it, if schools allow students to use any kind of electronics on a regular basis, that privilege would get taken advantage of with students doing things besides using them. For instance, I have seen students abuse the use of cell phones in class by texting, playing games, or looking at stuff other than school materials. Electronics are evolutionary in many ways, and in some schools across America are in fact in class and are used successfully. However, there isn't enough success across all schools for phones to be used as a learning device in school. The problem of students not being able to handle using electronics can be solved by teachers paying closer attention to the students while they use the electronics in class. If the teacher can monitor their students and make sure that the students that do abuse the right to use them gets punished, and the ones who are actually using them for good do not get punished, then using cell phone in class wouldn't be such a bad idea. Schools can also start a Wi-Fi system that the students can log into that can block inappropriate websites and stop texting while class is in session. With all of those things combined, cell phones in class can steer away from being a distraction and being thrown upon, and it can be used for good.
Okay, a round of applause for our debaters. So, each participant, each team defended their stand that cell phone as an educational tool. So now I am giving you a minute to prepare your question for each participant. We are just going to have 2 questions from the negative and the positive side. Okay? So, shall we have now? Okay? For the positive side, who is going to ask a question?
I would like to ask question to speaker number 1 from the negative group. In your statement, why do you think that cell phones have a negative effects on us, but we still use it as an educational tool?
Okay, so question has been thrown to participant or the team captain of the negative side.
It can be used in cyberbullying, sexting, and other forms of serious misconduct.
Okay. Next, may we have from the positive? From the positive side, a question.
I would like to ask question the second speaker from the negative side. When do you think cell phone becomes a distraction on education?
So the question is, when do you think that cell phone is a distraction?
I find it very hard to concentrate during class if I am constantly receiving texts.
Okay, so we are now done with the question from the positive side. Now we will have from the negative side. Okay.
How can you prove that cell phone is beneficial to the students?
Okay. To whom are you addressing your question?
Speaker number 1 of the positive side.
Question is for speaker number 1.
It can be used as dictionary and as homework apps.
Okay. So next.
I would like to ask speaker number 2 from affirmative to answer my question. Why is it necessary to use cell phone as an educational tool rather than books?
Yes. Speaker number 2 of the positive side, can you answer the question?
We can use cell phones because it is updated with latest news, information, statistics, and etc.
Okay, so the questions has been answered both from the negative and the positive side. The advantage of using our cell phone as an educational tool and disadvantage of having our cell phone. With that, I would like to give the center stage to one of our judge, Ma'am Iscanillas, to give us some comments and suggestions about our debate and also to proclaim who is our best debater and who is the best debating team. A round of applause, please.
Good morning, everyone. First of all, I would like to congratulate everybody for our job well done this morning. And for your teacher, Sir Mark Pabilona. And I would like to give a comment lang. Singular lang. It seems that the boys are not participating in this debate. Next time, Sir Mark, give them a challenging proposition. Who is the best? The boy or the girl? Okay, para magsali sila. So, nevertheless, I would like to suggest that do you have interpolation? None. Next time you have the interpolation and di ba isa lang ang comment ko? And I would like to declare who is the best speaker in this activity this morning. I don't know the name, but I know her number according to the presentation. So I would like to say the first speaker of the affirmative side. The right, this girl. Okay, congratulations. And the winner for this activity is no other than the positive side or the affirmative side. Congratulations. I hope we can still have more propositions to be debated later on. And boys, you are welcome to participate. Congratulations.
Okay, so ma'am, thank you for your comments and for declaring our winner. So sabi nga natin, in every competition, there is a winner. So for this morning, we will have Miss Kiambao as our best debater and the positive side as our winner or the debating team that won our competition. For the negative side, good job and good luck for our next debate. And for the boys, next debate, we will have the boys. With that, once again, it is an afternoon, so good afternoon and thank you for your cooperation.